Okay, now we're looking at a Ford GT. This thing is phenomenal. It's got Montana plates. I hope to talk to the owner and his wife in a little bit, but you don't see these. Yeah, I love those waterfall hoods, even on a front engine car.
Favorite car?
Say what?
One of your favorite cars?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, and this was the car that was in Ford versus Ferrari, right?
That's why I got my Ferrari shirt on.
Ah, eat dust, Ferrari. Enzo was not happy that day.
That's a great movie, Ford vs. Ferrari. I love that movie.
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah, it's some movie.
Just had it on the other day, yesterday. Yeah, it's great. I can watch it over
And
over.
it was so sad, though.
See, I can't watch it again because that bothers me that there was that cheating involved.
Some people haven't even seen it. Sit down.
Thank you.
Some people haven't seen the movie. I'm like, you haven't seen that movie? It's a great movie.
All right, I just have my own little YouTube for my own family purposes, but you've got to tell me about the GT.
You want to know about it?
Okay,
Very nice.
the obvious, the Montana plates.
I have an LLC in Montana. Registration is permanent. You don't have to go to
Really? Okay, so a smart owner. What's making all the noise? A Beamer or what? That is annoying. Oh, that's better.
What's up, Leo? Nice stuff, man.
Oh, it's a Volkswagen. Thank you.
That sounds better.
Yeah. So, you all live up here locally
I
then?
live in Wayne.
Oh, in Wayne. Okay, yeah, I'm up here in Sussex, but I'm originally from Denville. But I worked in New York all my life, and I couldn't commute from up here. So I moved up here like 30 years too late, but I wanted more privacy. I've got German Shepherds, and to me, unless I can take a leak in my backyard with no one noticing, I don't have privacy. So I bought land, and I have my dogs, so life is good. But what possessed you to buy the GT?
Oh, I always wanted one.
Yeah, I hear you.
Always wanted one.
Now, does your better half drive it? You do?
I could, but you know what? I haven't driven the stick in a while.
Yeah,
And I've driven the other car.
Right.
With the stick, but this one is an 8-cylinder. Probably goes fast. I'm all right.
as long as you judiciously use the fast pedal, you're not going to get into trouble. But to practice, I hear what you say. Find a parking lot and just experiment. Full stop, locking it up. You never get out of first gear. Just to try the basics again. And then it's kind of like riding a bike, but it takes you a little longer. So, okay. And then how did you find it? Like online somehow or through word of mouth?
I found it at an auction
At an auction? In Montana? Oh,
in New Jersey. It was hit in the front. I bought it salvage. Fixed it.
really? So you're a handy guy.
Very good.
I'm amazed how much that you were able to get parts for it.
Oh yeah, got right for it.
Oh, really? Wow.
New fender, windshield.
It's a lot of work, but he does it with ease.
I know. I hate people like that.
I mean, it's just you're born like that with that.
Well, I had a cousin like that. He came out of the womb with being able to diagnose and fix things.
Right.
No formal training. And by the time he was in his 20s, he had a garage. And he had, I don't know, 50 customers of muscle cars. And then he opened a bigger garage. Then he opened a liquor store. And one thing led to another. One of American success stories. He barely got out of high school, and I lost him a year ago, and he died a multimillionaire.
Wow.
You know? Yeah.
He was blessed in life.
He was.
My God.
And the last photo I have of him, he wasn't well, but he had the hood up to his 67 Corvette Big Block, which you have one of those today. That's a 6-digit car. And I was talking to him, and his name was Dave. I said, Dave, what's wrong with it? Because it had the 3 2s. And the photo was like, what's the fucking problem? He gets a screwdriver, and he could listen. He could feel through his feet. Who can do that? This man that you're married to, Ken. Wow.
Yeah.
It's a gift.
How old was he?
He's younger. He's 10 years younger than me. He was 66.
Wow.
I mean, when you're 40s, that's old. When you're my age, it's young.
Yeah.
It was tragic, and it was cancer. He was divorced, but his 2 sons lived with him. They took care of him, and they both got married, but they were still with their father all the time. And finally, there was some event, and he said, "No, you kids go. I'll be fine." He liked being outdoors. He built his own house, 3-sided porch. They got a rocking chair and a recliner. He was going out. He tripped, and he fell. Was knocked unconscious. Never recovered. When they got home, he was
A
dead.
lot of that. I've heard that a lot.
Yeah, and so that's a shame. You know, but he wanted to get the fresh air. He lived out in Arkansas. And I thought, you know, brings a tear to my eye, you know. So, you know, you sit there and say, yeah, but for the grace of God, go I. You know.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but that was his time.
It was.
You know?
It was, yeah. And I don't know really how much pain he was in. And I know he was, but he never complained. So, as you said, maybe it was past time. You know, but finally he's in a better place.
Right.
But, well, thank you very much for listening and talking to me. I love this. Oh, who did the paint? You? Did I ask that? See, my short-term memory is shot.
Yeah, mine too.
Beautiful. Oh, and these were known. What was the aftermarket stereo system? Was it a Marantz?
No,
Kenwood?
I forget.
Pioneer?
Well, there's 4 options you can get with the car: the stereo, the stripe,
Yeah.
the painted wheels, painted calipers, and the wheels.
How do you know all that? You didn't go to the dealer and pick it out. You just, how do you know that? No, you got to.
You read it online. Big deal.
Yeah. YouTube, online. He's got all the names and numbers memorized of all the girls he dated, too.
I'm sure.
And so do you of all the boys.
Yeah, no. No.
And were they the all the dual tip exhaust? No quads.
No quads.
No. Well, speaking of statistics, how much? Well, what size engine again?
5.4.
5.4 supercharged.
Yeah.
And horsepower?
I think because it's not the original supercharger.
Oh.
The last owner upgraded it.
Okay.
Between 700 and 800, I think.
You're kidding? Wow.
Because it come from the factory at 550.
Yes. Okay.
Supercharger probably worth at least
What's the horsepower on it?
50 to 200 horsepower.
700?
700?
Yeah. But the upgrade, thanks to Yeah, the stock was what, like 550?
550.
550 in stock. And I love the white.
That's right. Or the blue.
Yeah, I never liked white cars, but this seems to just be perfect.
You're
for
right.
being
This
white, you
the
know?
blue stripe helps.
Yeah.
So let me do another walk around, and then I'll talk to you about. I'll give you 12 for that cash.
Well,
All right, 12.5. You talked me into it. I think I'd rather have one of these than a C8. Yeah, that's an aftermarket supercharger. So it's got a little more than the factory 550. This couple knows how to fly.
no, in the house. Yeah, they,
Oh, wait, now how?
yeah, because the LLC is not protected.